how to plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hurts. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Kamara up the middle. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
18 Cardinals.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 8.
The score, Eagles 14, Bears 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the Pickens. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action with Hurts. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. He's going to look deep for more. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A huge play there for Chicago. 49 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. They snap it to Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. Fields trying to throw for it. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they were stopped on 4th down. Had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, Do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on fourth versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a fourth down stop. Making a punt, that's your goal anyway. But a fourth down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
18, rig.
To try again after the sack. Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. On the counter, here's Kamara. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Elliott is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. A final shot before the break. Fields. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. It's caught at the 10. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And again, back to Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Off play action, Fields. Forced out to his left. He's going to air one out for Anderson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
A 10th carry for Kamara. Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 102 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Okay, ready?
They run. It's Kamara. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down and goal. Hurts. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way, as we saw there.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On first down, Fields. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. One play action, Fields. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Fields on first down. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Bears. Darnell Mooney, 26 yards. And the Bears get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. Every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
A give. This is Kamara. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They go play action with Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Bud Dupree in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot in this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. He hits his target, Lockett. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. On the move to his left. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. To throw again on second down. Hurts. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a two-point conversion. Hurts will throw. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. The 40. He's at the 30. 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Bears, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.